Hello everyone and welcome to pickups number 36 for 2019 on the 2DGames channel. We got a big old stack of the games here today. And well, suppose we just gotta get to them then. So I apologize, I won't have the full price list in the description this week, or not price list, the running total, because I haven't done the calculations from last week to calculate that running total. And I've also sold a bunch of stuff, so there's a lot of math I gotta do. But, I'm actually a bit late doing this one today. But, yeah, hopefully we'll get enough content out of just looking at the games today. So, without further ado, let's get on it, shall we? So, the first game I have, well, actually, two games, I'll show them off at the same time, is Colin McRae Rally and Moto Racer on the PS1. I bought these for $5 each. And I already have a copy of Colin McRae one, but it's disc and manual only. And I found this one for $5 at a Lifeline store. And, you know, it was a pretty good deal. And this is absolutely immaculate. This is a brilliant case. Not a scratch on the disc. Barely a mark on the case. And it also comes with the poster, which is quite a nice little thing. I've been a Colin McRae fan for many, many years. I grew up playing 3. I love the physics you get in the older PS1 games. So yeah, happy to have this nice pristine copy with the original 95% winner sticker. A very fashionable sticker, I think. And the other game I got for $5 was Moto Racer. I thought I remembered having this game and liking it already, but disc only. And since it was since it was in very good condition and it was at a Lifeline, I thought I'd grab it. But I can't find a disc of this anywhere, so now I'm getting scared that I've sold it and I didn't actually like it. So I'll have to try that out and find out. But yeah, those are $5 a piece, so a bit on the high end for what I usually spend. Another one we have is this one I got at a Salvo store near Blacktown. And this is Puzzle and Dragon Z and Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Bros. Edition. It's a puzzle game, match 3 I think, on the 3DS. Yeah, like a good puzzle game. Oh, pardon me, guys. But yeah, it was $5. It trades in for a little bit more than that. There was no risk. I thought I'd at least try it out. But yeah. So, sorry, I'm not particularly talkative today. Hopefully, these next couple will inspire some more talking points from me. I never thought I'd buy a copy of this in my life. This is a copy of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec, the bundle edition. Yeah, see, not to be sold separately. And this is a game. Now, as you see, I paid $3 for that from a local Salvos. I never thought I'd spend $3 for one of these in my life. This is a game that goes for 50 cents at CEX. And the average CEX has a stack of these games. I buy these games so I can trade them in to double my money at cash converters usually. But there are two things that made me decide to buy this particular copy, and it's not the game. You don't need this game. Gran Turismo 4 has more variety, and Gran Turismo Concept is more interesting. So this is really a game you do not need at all. If you're just starting out and you want a sim racer, just starting out collecting, brilliant candidate. Not something you need to collect if you have any decent sized collection. It's just not necessary to own. It takes up space, frankly. And it is the original edition, not the Platinum, which is much more common. But the first reason I got it is the red case. You don't always find these in red cases. They're usually in a standard black or blue case. These red cases, I believe these... Actually, I don't know much about this at all. It could be something to do with the bundle edition. It could just be a first printing or a second printing. I don't know. But it is a nice condition, official Sony, you see the memory card holder, red case. And so I can recase another one of my games in there, like a horror game or something. Look really nice in the bright red. The other reason I bought this is for the manual. Not because I need to replace the manual, but because of the back of the manual. Yes, I've said before, I collect these little advertising sheets from PlayStation because some of them are quite imaginative, and I don't know, I just kind of like the idea of like of being advertised to, I suppose. But yeah, this one, this one is a bit of a rare configuration, advertising two different products on the one page. So you've got DualShock there and the memory card there. And normally you get this would come in as an extra little. I don't know if these were ever made as extra sheets, but usually they'd come as an extra sheet that came in the case. Like in Gran Turismo 3, it advertises this competition. But yeah, you'd get an extra one of these, and one of these products would be on each side. So if you want to display both, you've got to collect two of them. I eventually want to get as many of those as I can and display them, put them all up in a big frame. I think that would look pretty cool. But yeah, I got to collect them all first, and unfortunately there's not a good database showing all of them. Another game I bought was, I got a bit worried when this arrived. I got this one from CEX. So far we are at $18. And this, I think this was 3, this was $4. We'll call this one $4. And it is the Red Star. And I was a little worried when this first arrived. I got it from CEX. And of course, you can tell right from the get-go, it's an X-Rental. It's got that sun fading, having a window seat for most of its life. And I was a bit worried. And I opened it up and sure as hell, it's got a chunky laminated menu, laminated disc, which looks... ugh. And I really wasn't sure what kind of game this was. It was just kind of at the right price, at the right time, I decided to grab it. But I played a little bit of this just to test if it was any good before I sold it. And my golly gosh, this game is something else. How to describe it? It is a 2.5D, and by that I mean 3D movement, two-dimensional movement along a left to right plane. Run and gun shooter with an emphasis on close-up melee without a jump button. It replaces the jump button with a block button, but also with bullet hell style boss battles. And it has one or two player. And it is, like, the controls on this thing and the different combat systems really, really tight. It's very nice. I was expecting just a generic third-person shooter from this. But instead, it's really good. And, like, I don't know, it just feels really nice to play this game. Like, for example, like, you can shoot people, and you can, like, hit them with a knife. Or if you run up to someone, you hit them with a knife a couple of times, start off a combo, then you hit the gun button, the bullet will explode, and they'll go, like, flying backwards, and it's so satisfying. I've never heard about this game before owning it. I've seen it one or two times in a couple places, but, like, this is a really good game. I don't know if maybe I'm just the last person to be hearing about this game, but I'd say this is a real hidden gem. Like, a lot of the things that I say are hidden gems are really just over-trumped mediocrity, but this is a really interesting game for those who like their running guns. So, very happy to put that in the collection. Hopefully, maybe I'll upgrade it in the future, but the disc is in pretty decent nick. Just looking at it, so I think we should be okay. Oh, that reminds me, I might as well just say it now. I actually had to swap over my PS2, my main PS2 console, and it's the second time I've done that in as many days. The first console I was using, my classic silver one from my childhood, I was getting a couple of, I think, overheat issues, having problems reading the disc, so I swapped that out. That was a 7500 series. I swapped that out for a 9000 series. But the problem is I discovered a fault, and at first I thought it was my controls that were broken, but no, it is not outputting any rumble at all. And I was wondering if any of you guys had perhaps had that issue where your PS2 consoles just stopped triggering the rumble in your controllers. It's certainly something that I've never heard of before. So, so I swapped it out for, I think what I've got in there now is a 2000 model, the big fat boys. So, yeah, truck along with that. I'll save that one for the last, next one on the pile. We'll just keep moving. Now this is another one I got from CEX. So what are we at now? 18 and 22. This was 4 plus... we'll call this one 6. We'll call this one 6. That brings us up to 28. It's Bust-A-Move 2. It's no manual, unfortunately. I bought this because it was on CEX, and for logistical reasons to do with the way I spent money during the last challenge, I had some credit that I shouldn't from all that. So I just spent this one, bought this one to settle accounts. And Super Bust-A-Move 2. I have never really put much time into Bust-A-Move. I have Bust-A-Move for the Wii and for PS2. Yeah, Super Bust-A-Move 2 is apparently the better one. I don't know. It's Bust-A-Move. I spent more than I probably should have on it. I spent more than I would have under other circumstances. At least it's worth a little bit. So if I don't like it, I can sell it on. Sorry to all the Bust-A-Move fans in the audience. The next game thing I got wasn't a game. It is, and I do kind of regret that. I ended up going to my local Game Traders. And I found 2 games there. Now, Game Traders generally more expensive than than they generally are. But I got 2 pretty good deals this week. One turned out to be quite a good deal. The other one, in any other week of this year, I would have considered it a good deal. But just this week, I overspent. And the first thing is an Exploder for PS2. This is a cheat engine, like an Action Replay or something like that. I don't know if it has any region-free capabilities, which would be very nice if it did, but I haven't looked into it yet. But I thought, yeah, it'd be pretty cool, you know, to have a cheat engine for anything on the PS2. It would be very useful for reviews to have a cheat engine, because, you know, skipping levels and, you know, getting infinite ammo for certain sections and that sort of thing. That can be very useful for getting footage for reviews and trying things out. Unfortunately, the day after I bought this for $15, as you see there, which is, as you know, from if you've been a long time watcher of the channel, you know that that is quite a substantial spend for me. It only bloody comes onto CEX for 10. And Exploder V2, exact same model. I don't know about condition, but like I could have ordered one the next day for $13, including of shipping. But then it would have been half that because I would have used credit, and so I could have gotten it for like half this price. So I'm a bit close for that. But at the end of the day, I've got it. It's in my hand. It comes with its original manual, which I'm sure will be useful in getting this thing up and running. But yeah, a nice cheat engine for PS2. Now, so that's 15. So what was it at? Was it 22 plus it is 32? 37. $37 we are at this week. Shenmue 2 is the other game I bought for $10, which is a lot lower than like this is the price you'd pay for the average piece of shovelware at my local game. Well, back in the old days of my Game Traders, they've gotten a little bit better now, but this is a little bit unprecedented. So yeah, it's Shenmue 2. It's got the DVD. It's in very nice condition, the discs. It's got the manual. I don't know much about Shenmue. I know the new Shenmue is probably Shenmue 3. Really don't know anything about Shenmue at all. I have heard good things about it. I have heard bad things about how tedious it can be. And apparently it makes you wait for day-night cycles, so you have to spend time in an arcade. I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah. Oh, apparently it's a I just noticed this. This game is multi-region. Is the game multi-region or is the DVD multi-region? I'll show you there. Look at that. Regions, if it will focus. I'm sure you can see there, though. Regions 2 and 4. Australia is region 4. What's region 2? Is that America? Play on any DVD player, Xbox game. DVD playback. You saw separately. Interesting. Alright. So, multi-region. I'm going to do like multi-region stuff. Actually, yeah, I'm not... Oh, no. PAL is at the bottom, not at the top. I was thinking like PS2s. Yeah, PS2. Yeah, Shenmue, glad to have it. Apparently, the Shenmue, the movie disc that this comes with, goes through the story of Shenmue 1, so I don't need to play Shenmue 1. So that should be a nice one to go through at some point. But yeah, very nice condition. Shenmue 2 for $10. That brings us up to, what did I say we were at? We're at 15, 18, 22, 30, got 22 there, so 22 is 32. That's fine. 37, 47. Oh dear, 47. That's a lot of money to spend on games. But my next game is going to double it. Yeah. I've been thinking, this game I'm about to show you, I spent $35 on inclusive of shipping because I got it from CEX. And I have been looking through my collection and I've come to the conclusion that that is the game that I have spent the most of. Outside of new games, and I've bought very precious few of those. I could count those on one hand. Brand new games I've bought. There is no other game in my entire collection that I have spent this much money on before. And that game is a game I already have. It's Silent Hill 2. I had a copy of Silent Hill 2, but of course this is the PAL Special Edition case. Anyone who didn't know. I had it, it was just this. It's just a slipcover, which is very nice. It's a very nice looking slipcase, frankly. I had it on top of a shelf, it dropped, and it split down the middle. Like this bit, this disc bit, split down the middle. And I've been kind of sucking about that for a good couple of months. And this came up on CEX for $35, including shipping, which, considering the price of Silent Hill 2, is still a good price. I could sell this and make a profit. So I decided, bite the bullet, just take it. And I then realized it's the most I've ever spent. Now, it's not going to stay like that because I still have my copy of Silent Hill 2. And even though it is in a ripped case, I think I can still restore that to some degree and sell it off and reduce the cost of this game. So it will level out. As you see, I've already removed the sticker that came on there, but I need to do a bit better of a job on it, and a little bit got damaged, unfortunately, from me being a little bit careless. And I got a little bit of nail depression, which, you know, that's just foolish of me. You know, be careful when removing stickers from paper cases. Not a problem that's had as often in the NTSC territories, I'm led to believe, but a lot of games came out like this in PAL territories, so you need to be careful when doing that. Now, as you can see, it's a bit beat up. I mean, it's going to be, you know, that's the nature of these cases. But at first, I put this out, and I was like, ugh, look at that, ugh. First, I was like that. But the more I looked at it, the more I started realizing the damage isn't actually all that bad. Because, like, yeah, we got a little bit of fraying around that corner. A little bit of fraying. That, you know, that is, like, up against the wall in most cases. You're not going to see that. Or in my display, it's not there. Now, this bottom section, I think a little bit of careful gluing can fix up the tearing there, as it can with the top. And all of the actual tearing is in the black area. So you can see here, like that's in the black area, or the white area, but it doesn't matter on the white area at all. On the front corner, yeah, that's right there, this black area. On the spine, particularly bad one on the spine, that's black. And it looked pretty bad here at first, but if I'm very careful, I can show you that. In fact, the entire PlayStation logo is still intact there. So I've some very careful scraping to remove the fluff and some gluing. I think we could repair that. And then all this, if I get some nice true black matte paint marker from an art supply store, then I can fix that up and make this look a little bit more presentable. Now, a bit more of a challenge is this big gash on the front. And I have two choices. I could either black it out with some a combination of gloss and matte paint marker. So I could black that out and just leave it as a gash. The second option, I could completely black out the word PlayStation 2 and just have it so it'll be presented like that. Or indeed, I could do it with electrical tape, but that could be a bit more messy. Or I could try and incorporate some sort of artistic element, maybe make some red gash there, or like, you know, you got some nice white and blues here, put some blue edging around that, so it blends in with that a little bit more. Of course, I'll need to put some black on here after I've removed the rest of the blue glue residue. But I think ultimately this case can be restored to quite nice condition. There is, unfortunately, though, no saving the ACB label. How sad. But yeah, there was no manual in this, but I already have a manual. It had both of its discs. I'll just be keeping whichever two discs are correct. And I will be selling off my other copy of Silent Hill 2. I've never played the game. I don't even really know what the gameplay is. If you asked me to tell you what genre this game is, I'd say horror. I wouldn't be able to tell you more than that. Is it a shooter? Is it a melee? I couldn't actually freaking tell you, even though it's Silent Hill freaking 2. Oh yeah, also the Konami label has received some damage. How sad. I don't have much respect for Konami. But, yeah. Now, I'm going to ask a quick question of my more regular audience now. Usually I save a lot of my vlogging outside of this series for Vader every year. However, there have been 2 quite recent events which have encouraged me to want to vlog a bit more and just talk of these sort of conversations, what I think about certain issues in gaming. The first one is the announcement, well, the more formal announcement and reveal trailer for the Intellivision Amico console. Because I have quite a bit to say. As someone who really loves the Intellivision, I think the Intellivision community, collecting community, is being really venomous about this. They're being really fanboy-y, and I think that is to their detriment. And I'd like to talk a bit about my worries about the project, a bit about what I like about the project, because there are things I like about it. I'm not entirely a big old fuddy-duddy. But yeah, so there's that. And would you guys be interested in me doing a breakdown of that Amico trailer? Second of all, as of a couple days ago, ProJared posted a video, and I wouldn't mind throwing my hat into that ring, but only if I thought people would care, because I'm not going to be one of those people, old man yells at cloud, So yeah, if there is any interest in that whatsoever, I may give it a crack, but I am fast running out of space on my phone. So yes, general things that I say at the end of this video. If you found some games this week, I don't know, show them to me on Twitter or some shit, I don't know. The only person who ever does is Captain Spaulding. Very well appreciated, Captain Spaulding. Thank you very much for engaging with the community. Yes, I'm working on the videos. I'm so close to finishing the next episode. So very close. I'm hoping to get it very soon. Big strides are being made for the Halloween special, and it's going to be special. Oh, you thought the Britney's dance beat video was good? Oh, this is going to blow that one out of the freaking water. But, yeah, so I will see you guys at the next Kishi's Web video. And I am tired. Press stop.